Okay, here we go. We are going to get started. Anniversary Event 2.0. We did this event with a different panel last Thursday, and people loved it. It was a fun format, and so we decided to bring it back. So guest, thank you for joining us. If people are listening to this after, thank you for taking the time to help your consultant out. You're helping her either with her new consultant training, you may be helping her earn a car, move up the career path, become a sales director, earn a trip to Scotland, earn a bumblebee. You being on is helping us tremendously. And so how this is going to work is I'm going to ask some questions. It is, they don't know exactly what I'm going to ask, when I'm going to ask it, but it's nothing super tricky and they all know the answers to, because a really fun thing about Mary Kay is that the women that are sitting in front of you, they are building Mary Kay businesses. They have built Mary Kay businesses. So they're going to be sharing from personal experience. This is not theory. The anniversary we're celebrating is 36 years ago. Last Thursday, I was at an event. It was obviously in person because we didn't have the internet. We didn't even know what Zoom was. But I got to hear lots of different women share their experiences of why they started their Mary Kay business, how this has fit around their life. And that is what sold me on this, surprisingly. I came to an event just to help my consultant out that I had recently met, and I left as a Mary Kay beauty consultant because I saw in this what I had gone to college for. But what I had gone to college for led me to a job that I did not love. And what I saw in Mary Kay was an opportunity to be paid what I was worth around the priorities of God first, family second, and career third, which was something that I didn't even know at that time how important that was going to become to me, because I was in my early 20s. So you're just kind of thinking about yourself and paying your bills at that time. But now fast forward 36 years after raising children and moving around the country with my husband's job as a federal agent, just going through a lot of life. Everyone goes through life, right? I heard someone say recently, life is hard, Mary Kay is not. And that is very, very true. But the part that I loved about being at that first event was hearing the stories and seeing the women who loved being together and loved encouraging each other and cheering each other on. So I'm hoping to create that tonight, or if someone's listening to this replay, so you can get a little taste of what the Mary Kay culture is. Because what I am seeing from marketing statistics is that the 3 million women who have left the workforce since the pandemic and are not going back in because they don't choose to go back to what they were doing, the number one thing that they're looking for is culture. They're even willing to make less money for a better lifestyle and culture. And in Mary Kay, she's created it so that you don't have to take a pay cut. You actually, I think all of these women, Destiny's still in her job, but we were just talking to her about that. We need to get her out of that ASAP. But rest of these women have left their careers to do Mary Kay because it can pay them even more. And the free car is not bad. So guest, your job is to ask questions in the chat. Put your name, who invited you in. We are doing 2 drawings. One is for a consultant from the questions that she asked. And then one is for the consultant or director who has the most guests. So it's a beautiful necklace, Kendra Scott, legit, looks like Kendra Scott. It is a Kendra Scott, $60 necklace, great for summer. So we're gonna do those 2 drawings at the end. Also guest, if you know what, I want to join them. Like, to me, it's worth $30 or $130 because those are your basic options when you get started. Do you want the $30 option, which gives you a website for a year and credit card processing for your customers and all the digital tools? $30. Your products that cost too. As a guest, you're getting 19% off from your consultant through tomorrow night, or if you need longer over the holiday weekend, ask her. It'll by month end. But a consultant gets 50% off because we buy for $1 and sell for $2. So 19% off, 50% off would mean you're getting a consultant number, That to get a consultant number is the $30, or the $130 is my favorite because you have all the tools to do this digitally, virtually, but also everything to do it in person. So you can do both, because in this economy, you have the opportunity to do that, which is fantastic. In my, 34 years, everything was always in person. This has allowed you to build faster than we ever have in Mary Kay. So guest questions, we have chat cheerleaders, directors that are answering questions for you. They'll be doing the drawings at the end. One person that says all in or gets her agreement in, her consultant number by tonight, her director is going to text me and I'm going to draw from that in the morning, and one person will get a $30 reimbursement via Venmo really someone could start their business for free. My gift to you. Okay, so that is the housekeeping. Let's get started. So the women that you see on the screen, I feel like I lost someone. Who did I lose? Gale. I lost Gale somewhere. Gale. Okay. Well, I'm going to get started, and if someone sees Gale on here, if you're co-hosted, you could spotlight her. So let's start out with our newest, Destiny Allen. They're in a red jacket. She is only going to have that red jacket. Oh, there's Gale again. Awesome. She is only going to be in that red jacket for a short time, because in 6 days, she is going to be a sales director with Mary Kay Cosmetics. She's already earned her first car. She's waiting for delivery of her Malibu. So in 6 days, she is going to be done deal, sales director with us, debuting on stage in Dallas. And then Tricia, our next newest, Tricia Wade, she started as personal use. She was a personal use consultant in her business. That meant that she was just getting her stuff at cost, was not developing a customer base for 13 years. And then she decided, you know what, I need to make some changes. And so she did 10 parties in 1 week in December, and by March was a sales director and had earned her car. Her Malibu. Since then has earned her Equinox, and she is getting ready to earn her very first pink Cadillac by the end of June. So that is Tricia there. Wave Tricia. And then next newest, Rayna. She is in her 3rd year as a sales director. Is back in Mary Kay. She's a pink Cadillac director. She's soon going to be a senior director. She's going to have twins pretty soon. And she is earning her first trip, which will be to Scotland in September. And then we have Cindy Fournier down here, senior director. She can tell you when she's chatting. Can you put your fingers up how many cars she's earned? She's a pink Cadillac senior director, lots of cars. And I know Cindy is focused on building a national area with Mary Kay Cosmetics. And then we have Gale Carter. Gale's earned all the cars. I was thinking she can tell you how many cars she's earned, but she's won some really fun cars. She's won pink Cadillac. We did a special edition Mustang that had pink running lights. It was so cool, made just for Mary Kay. And also a BMW that was made. Like, her grandkids think she's the hottest grandma around. Hottest grandma around. So these women are going to be sharing with us tonight. And so I'm going to share some, so you can kind of see the different backgrounds that these women come from. But wave your hand if you started your business when you were in your 20s. So raise your hand if you were in your 20s. What about your 30s? 40s? 50s? 60s? 70s? 80s? So we have women, you have to be 18 to start, but we have women from 18 years old to, I've worked with women in their mid 80s. I remember one woman at a fall retreat, a sales director down in Georgia. She was 85. Her 85th birthday was at our fall retreat. We were singing happy birthday to her. And something I love about our business is the generational piece of that, because starting as a 23-year-old, I've benefited from all that wisdom. And hopefully now my responsibility is to pass on all that wisdom for the young ones that are starting. Okay, who started this business when they were single? Anyone start when they were single? How about married with kids? Babies, toddlers, school age. How about full-time jobs? And you started your Mary Kay business. Okay. Let's talk about education. Whose highest level of education was high school? High school, college, post-college, like a tech school, or I know we have law enforcement, so that's a whole another line of education, right? Whose warm market was supportive when they started their Mary Kay business? They were like, your warm market was jumping up and down, volunteering to do skincare classes for you and signing up. Whose warm market was not supportive? Raise your hand. Okay. Whose warm market is still not supportive? Okay. So I want to hear, I'm going to have Destiny and Gale share this because they're kind of on opposite ends of the spectrum in seasons of life. How do you see Mary Kay being a relevant opportunity at different seasons of life? Because Destiny has kids, like kids with a baby. Now she has the baby. So she's with an 18-month-old baby and her own young elementary age kids and 20-year-olds. So you have Destiny on one end, and you have Gale, who's raised her family and now has grandkids. So all the speakers, you guys are going to pick your answers in like 3 sentences max, so we can cover as many questions as possible. I know. That's tough. In Mary Kay, people start scared, like I can't talk. And then as we go along, we're just like, we have to make them stop talking. So 2 to 3 sentences most. How do you see Mary Kay being a relevant opportunity at different seasons of life? Who wants to lead us off?
I guess I can.
Okay.
Relative, I mean, it fits no matter where you're at in life. You can sprinkle it in. You can bring it in as heavy or as light as you need it to be. And it's all about just what you want it to be and how you want it to work for you.
Mm-hmm. So no quotas, no territories, no geographic territories. Gale, what would you like to add to that, relevant in different seasons of life? Because you've walked through, your kids were already out of the house, I think, when you started, but you've taken care of aging parents.
Mm-hmm.
You've walked through losing your husband, being a widow. And so you're at a totally different season of life, but that, sometimes this is a season where people, and Mary Kay was at this season when she started the business. She had retired when she started Mary Kay Cosmetics. But I want women to know, that Mary Kay is, suitable, and also we need women who have gone through life to pour into the younger generations, because our society really separates people by age. And I've gained so much by being with women at all different seasons of life. So how do you see the Mary Kay opportunity being relevant, especially from your perspective right now?
Well, right now, as a widow, I am so thankful for it because it puts me before people and has me something to look forward to each day. And also, I still enjoy teaching women how to take care of their skin and how to wear their color and to earn income and build a business. I still love what I do. And at 75 years old, I love doing it, and I love helping younger women and women my age and older, and working through it through all seasons of life. Really, it just fits all of them.
Gale, share, because you have some great stories about your granddaughter, what she has seen in you, and what you see in her from you being in Mary Kay. So will you share, what would you like the consultants on this Zoom and guests to know that your family has gained, and also your son? There's been some cool things recently with your son. So would you share a couple of those stories?
Well, Megan, one thing is she started playing golf young in, I think, upper middle school. And because she wanted to go to a large college out of state, and her daddy told her she had to get a golf scholarship if she was going to do that. So she worked on it. And just some few highlights is I know one day she was here and she was so determined to get this scholarship that she said, I've got to go home. And she said, I've got to go practice. And I said, Megan, do you practice every day? And she said, yes, Grandmama, I practice every day, even in the rain. And that just stands out to me that she was that dedicated to it. And when it came time then for her to apply for colleges, she applied for over 100 colleges before she got her scholarship. And she got a $280,000 scholarship to Boston University. It was huge, really a huge thing that she didn't give up. And on that, even the last guy that she called, her daddy told her, she said, Boston's not giving scholarships. She said, I'm contacting them anyway. And she had to ask them to come and watch her play. And he said, yes, I'll come and watch you, because they were playing in his hometown and he came and watched her. But the thing is that she had, just a quick story, her boyfriend had wanted her to play golf with him in a tournament, and she was going to play a tournament with him. He backed out at the last minute, and her dad asked her, said, are you going to stay home? And she said, no, I'm going. And she went and played anyway and won the tournament, which sent her to another tournament that put her in North Carolina. I can't remember the name of the town, which was the coach's hometown that came to see her play. And if she had said, no, I'm not going because he didn't go, then she wouldn't have made it. But she also just told me, I spent the weekend with her this weekend. She's very gentle in her talking, but she has a job in marketing, and she went to her boss, and well, actually she had just got a raise, and it was a good raise, and they told her it was the highest percentage of any they had given, said that's as high as we go. And she went back and told them she had done some research and that her salary was a lot below the average for what she was doing, and told them very nicely. And they had a meeting and raised everybody in that department 31%. And told them, and retroactive to April the 1st.
Wow.
Because she went to them and asked them. And she said her boss told her, we know that that's not like you to come like that. So we listened to what you said.
You're a matriarch. When I'm listening to you talk, I mean, that's what I loved about Mary Kay, meeting her. And whether you decide to join us or not, get Mary Kay's autobiography. Your consultant can get you one. You can order it at Amazon. Get to know who she was as a female role model. Because when you impact and raise up strong women, they impact for generations. We have lots of teachers and nurses in Mary Kay, and a lot of teachers, especially after what's gone on in the pandemic. They are looking at, if I can impact a mom, I can impact those kids maybe more effectively than I can in the classroom. So thank you, Gale, for sharing those stories. Let's look at how long you've been in the business. Has anyone here been in less than 6 months? I think everyone's been in for 1 year to 3 years. 1 year to 3 years. Yep. 3 to 5 years. Yep. 5 to 10 years. How, Cindy, how many years?
20.
20 years. 2 decades. Gale, how long?
27.
27 years. So Cindy, why have you stayed? Why have you stayed in your business for 20 years? That's unusual, you guys. People, I don't even know what the accurate statistics are, because again, the last 2 years have changed everything. But prior to that, people in the United States were changing jobs every 4 years. It was not common. You know, the days are gone where people, I've been in 36 years, people stay in Mary Kay. The longevity with Mary Kay corporate and in the sales force is, I haven't seen it matched anywhere in this day and age. Cindy, why do you stay?
Well, I stay. I've been through so many different seasons. I've been through full-time job. I've been through being pregnant at, old at 40. I've been divorced. I mean, so many things I've gone through. But I stay because I love making women feel special. I love helping people. That's my thing. And, but I didn't start that way, I just wanted $50. That's all I started for. But it turned into, I just want to help people. And I will say that the cars help a lot.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
but that's why I stay, because I'm making a difference. My very first party, I knew that I was making a difference, that women weren't worried about all of their struggles, just in that little blip of a moment. It started right there.
When you were talking about the car, I remember when you were going through your divorce, not by your choice, because of your husband's choices, and you having a Mary Kay car. I think I realized at that point in time how important that was for women to have Mary Kay cars. Because if you have a Mary Kay car, you can't lose your mobility because of a divorce. And you also have the ability to stay in your home and pay for it, where your kids were being raised, and to be independent, because the statistics of what happens with women financially when they go through a divorce is not pretty in the United States of America. That free car, especially with gas prices, is a gigantic benefit and security piece. Now, Rayna, you came back into Mary Kay. So total years would have been how many if you had stayed in? I knew you when you were in 19. How old were you when I first met you?
Well, I was 18 when I
18.
first joined, so it's been a long time. It's been like 30 years.
And
So
why did you come back in? Because that's unusual too, I think. Most people, any of the jobs that I left, I was not going back in. I left for very solid, good reasons. Why did you choose to
yeah,
come back in Mary Kay? Because we see that happen a lot, especially
yeah,
these days. I'm seeing it
yeah.
more.
First of all, I want to say that I left Mary Kay just to be a teacher because I was in college. Mary Kay got me through college. I earned a couple of cars while I was in college, but when I got a degree, I wanted to be a teacher. And that's what I did. And that was my choice. It had nothing to do with Mary Kay. I put it down. I was always on the product, always. And fast forward to in my 40s, I realized after teaching for 17 years, I don't really like the real world. Like I want to go back to my Christian friends, my Mary Kay pink bubble. And I really wanted, honestly, when I was in my 40s and I went back to Mary Kay, I was desperate to be in control of my time and my money, because I had gotten to a point in my 40s to where I realized I have a college degree and I'm right above water. My neck is like right above water and I have a college degree. What's wrong with this picture? And so I knew I had to do something different in order to get different results. So insert Mary Kay.
So let's talk about when you guys were all starting your Mary Kay business. These are some of the reasons that hold them back from starting a Mary Kay business. I don't have enough time. Who of you could have legitimately said, I don't have enough time? Okay, that's 100%. How about money? I know when I started, I didn't have time, but I also was afraid of the $130. I didn't have the $130 in my checking account to get my starter kit. That could have held me back. Yeah, you guys think about that. I mean, I think about that often. I thought I was risking $130. I was risking all the money that has been earned and the financial security and the family security program. That's a scary thought to think how short-sighted we can be. What about your personality? Did anyone think, I don't have the right personality? I'm not the salesperson type. Can't do it. What about season of life? Like, this isn't a good season of life. It's just really busy right now. I can't do it at this season. I'll wait till something else happens. Until I get married, until I move, until I graduate, until these kids grow up, until the teenagers behave. What about, did anyone here have past direct selling experience? have you been with other direct selling companies? So maybe that could have held you back. I hear some people say, you know, gosh, I wasn't successful at that. I would love Destiny and Tricia both to touch on that. If you've in Mary Kay, she always taught us, you know, we represent Mary Kay. So our job is not to talk about any other direct selling companies. So we're not going to say any names of what you were in, but because you were in other companies, share with everyone what has been your experience, the things that have been beneficial that you've of why you're staying in Mary Kay versus going back to one of those other companies. Tricia, will you lead us off in that?
I would say really a lot of it was me. I didn't have the confidence, but I was also not doing what I knew I was supposed to do, because when I chose the other direct sales company, God had already told me, no, I want you to do Mary Kay. You have a consultant number. And that was in 2013. Okay. And I said, nope, I'm going to go do my own thing. And my husband and I literally almost went bankrupt, literally, because of that choice, because I was stubborn to stick to it. And I think it was just, I was holding myself back because I didn't have the confidence. And a lot of people would know that even coming into Mary Kay, if you knew me, yes, I talk a lot and Dawn knows that, but I will honestly say I was camera shy. I had stage fright my whole life up until last January of 2021. And I knew God wanted me to do this virtually, mostly at that point, to be able to quit my job. I was working at a credit union and a loan officer, but I didn't have time, you know, and so it afforded me the time. But all along the way, it really started building my confidence, because now I get on screen, I'm fine. Like, it doesn't hold me back. But a year ago, I was terrified.
Destiny, what do you want to share with the people that maybe they're looking at different companies or they've been in other companies and it hasn't worked out? What do you want them to know about Mary Kay?
The training and the support is by far surpasses anything I've ever experienced. Other companies, you might have access to the person that recruited you, and it was very limited. With Mary Kay, I've had other directors help me and reach out to me, where them helping me and reaching out to me was zero benefit to them. Zero benefit. When I first started, just having access to Dawn floored me. Like, that was just like, what? I get access to the top lady in our area? That's unheard. No, that can't be.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that is the biggest difference. And then, of course, the money, you make your money right away. You make a sale, you get paid immediately. You don't have to wait on Mary Kay to send you a check once a month.
Okay, so we have two more questions. So I'm giving everyone two chances to answer questions. So this one, what makes Mary Kay different than any other company out there? I want Rayna and Gale to tackle that. And then I'm going to have another question for Tricia and Cindy. And then all of you, I'm going to have you share one word that describes your Mary Kay experience or journey. So Gale and Rayna, what makes the Mary Kay different than any other company out there? What do you want the women who are listening to this to know?
Well, I'll start. What jumped in my mind as soon as you asked that question is that Mary Kay is a Christian company, that Mary Kay started this company on the principles of God first, family second, and career third. You know, and when I do my live presentations and when I am demonstrating and teaching women how to care for their skin, I always talk about how we are a Christian company and that all of our products are made in the United States. I mean, a Christian company made in the USA, it can't get any better than that. You know, and I truly believe that women need to know that, number one, before they even purchase the product, because if they're like me, I am strong about not giving my money to a company that I know does not support my morals and my values and my convictions. I'm pretty big on that, especially when the company is very loud about what they support, well, I'll just be very loud about not giving you my money. And so I think that women need to know that we are a Christian company and we are made in the United States. And there's,
Mhm.
when I say, every time I say it, when I do my lives, there are almost 99% of the people, they don't know. They don't know that.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Nope. Yep.
Along with that, I love the go give spirit that we have. That just like Destiny was talking about, how we can help each other, and we are not out to get other people's customers. There's lots of women out there with skin, and you mentioned my son a while ago, like when he was selling insurance, commercial insurance, he told me how fortunate I was that people didn't take my customers. He said, we really have to work to keep our customers and compete to keep them. But that's something really big to me, is our go give spirit that we have.
Yeah, that totally different.
Mhm.
Totally different. So when you talk about, like, I see, what women are looking for in this great reevaluation, great reassessment, we don't have to reinvent ourselves. We just have to be who we are. We just have to get, better at doing things like this where people get to see who we are. And guests that are on, we hope that you'll join us. We'd love for you to be part of what we do. Your consultant has big goals. This is the end of the Mary Kay year. So, she would love to have you on her team. But if that is just not anything that catches your head or heart, because if it does, pay attention to it. If there's something about this that catches your head or heart, pay attention to it, and it's worth $130 to walk it out and see why. But if not, would you host a party for her? Would you refer someone to her that needs to hear this? This is going to be recorded. There's going to be lots of people that have time over the holiday weekend. And with inflation, lots of people are going to be doing staycations. They're going to be wanting to do things that are inexpensive and they can still gather with people. We can, with the virtual piece or in-person piece, in the next 3 days, gosh, a woman could come into this business and be on target for her car. She could, pay the electric bill or put gas in the tank or buy the groceries, whatever that she's been praying for. We could teach her how to do that, within an hour of a consultant number, and teaching her, how to share this product and opportunity. But I think Gale was saying, we are the 5th largest global beauty brand in the world, but we only have 4% of the skincare market in the United States of America. So that means 96% of the women who are washing their face tonight before they go to bed are using the wrong line. That's what Mary Kay Ash would say if she was here. I guarantee you. Okay, last question. Tricia and Cindy, why do you feel that women need the Mary Kay opportunity? Why do you feel that women need the Mary Kay opportunity?
Oh,
And oh my gosh, so you got 1 minute, because I'm not going to make my time limit.
okay, that's not pretty. Okay. Why do women need this opportunity? I just saw a question about being shy. I was the shyest person alive, coming from a background of abuse. So I was extremely shy. Women need this opportunity to be with their children. I have the opportunity of putting my son in a private Christian school coming this fall. I'm very excited about that. Women need to be around their children. When I went through the divorce, I needed to be here and not in a corporate office. They need that flexibility. That's a really big thing. And they need this opportunity to be able to learn that God first, family second, career third. That changed my life forever.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree with Cindy on all counts. She kind of took everything from me there, but really, like, the confidence. And like I said, y'all, I was terrified of being on camera. I was terrified of even talking with people, even though I talk a lot. It scared me that I didn't know what I was talking about. But the confidence comes, the education comes, but I would say flexibility, because it really afforded me flexibility to quit my job, to be able to do this full time from my home. I mean, I'm blessed. I'm very blessed for that. But I also have the flexibility. I travel a lot. My husband and I, we do not have children, but we travel a lot just that's who we are. And so I have been able to take this on the road with me, even to my parents who don't have very much internet. I still have been able to do my business while I'm there. It amazes me. So I would say flexibility, but I really would encourage you, girlfriend time. I didn't realize how much I had backed away from women because I was beat down in the work world. In corporate world, I was beat down by other women, just trying to climb to the top and stomp all over me. And I really backed away from all women. And I didn't realize that until I started my business. And I'm like, wow, oh, okay, I needed this. And then not only with your customers and your consultants, but with your directors, with your friends. I mean, being able to get together, I love getting together with all of these women. Like, I'm like, okay, when is the next time? You know, I mean, I'm just super excited. So I really think that we need to have that commonality. And I forget who said it. I think it might've been Destiny or somebody, when women need this, like your first time of doing a party, women they need a break. They need a chance to be themselves. We all need to be ourselves.
What's your one word, Tricia, that describes your Mary Kay experience or journey so far?
I would say confidence.
Confidence. Rayna?
Consistency.
Destiny?
Phenomenal.
Cindy?
Restorative.
Gale?
Transformation.
Okay, guys, I could talk to you forever. Like Tricia said, you know, so fun to be in a business that you want to see the people that you work with, because it's fun to do life with the women that I love being friends with these women. And they're the type of women that I would want to do life with, even if I didn't work with them. And how fun that Mary Kay created something that we get to do life with the women we like the best, versus doing our work and having to cram in those relationships to the recreational times, because there's a lot of seasons of life as a woman. You don't have many recreational times. So guest, thank you for asking questions and joining us. Elizabeth Grayson, give her a round of applause. She now has a brand new Kendra Scott coming her way. And I see an all in from Lori. So welcome, Lori. And if there's any other all-ins you want to, as soon as we get off, get your consultant number ordered. And this is a fun time to start your Mary Kay business. We call it Mud-June. It's May and June together. This is championship season in Mary Kay. There's lots of prizes and gifts and bonuses and fun and excitement because it's championship season. So guest, after you get off of this, hopefully you already have a time set up with the person who invited you. Share with her, what did you enjoy the most? You know, why would you start a Mary Kay business if you ever did? And what would hold you back from starting right now, tonight, for that reason, to be in the all-in drawing? If it's not anything you're interested in, who do you know that needs to hear this? Who do you know that we need to know? Because there's women out there right now praying right now. You guys, this is a crazy, crazy world. There's a lot of people that need hope. They need encouragement. They need something forward focused to focus on versus the chaos and the evil and the stuff that's going on in the world right now. And so who do you know that we need to know, that we need to encourage, that needs to be part of this or needs the benefits that Mary Kay can offer? Our consultant winner is Sarah Miller, which is so fun. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Sarah. So congratulations, you have a Kendra Scott necklace in your future. Thank you to our panelists. This recording will be available for you guys to share. I hope you guys have a great holiday weekend. And guest, again, I always hope that you don't get a wink of sleep tonight. I know after I went to that Mary Kay meeting, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I couldn't stop thinking about it. And I'm so glad that I didn't talk myself out of it. I'm so glad I didn't make a decision based on fear versus faith, or fiction versus facts. So get the facts, make a decision based on faith and facts. I guarantee you, you will not regret it. You guys have a great night.